How's it going, guys? Welcome to episode 12 of the Unstrung Heroes podcast. My name is Bryce Washington. Today we're here with a guest, my younger brother.
I'm Justin Washington. I'm a little less than 2 years younger than him, but we don't look alike.
So Justin's volunteered to hop on the podcast today. We're gonna interview him. So Justin, so far, let's tell us about your story. So where did you start playing lacrosse? And how did you get to where you are today?
So actually, I started lacrosse by my older brother. I don't know if you heard of him, but he started playing like a year before I started trying it out, and I was playing baseball at the time. And I tried it out. I was like, "Dang, this is fun." So I just kept going with it, and eventually dropped off baseball for lacrosse, and started where you started in Texas, and I officially started my sophomore year of high school because I played baseball my freshman year, so I officially started playing my sophomore year, but I tried it out 8th grade, and I took a gap year and then just started again.
So I remember that time, you were still kind of juggling baseball and lacrosse, 'cause I remember I was in the same position to some degree as well. So we'll start kind of with the recruiting process. So I know it wasn't always for sure you wanted to play in college, and I know you are now, but how did the recruiting process kind of work for you?
So at first when I started, I just started for for fun, because I just wanted to try something new out. And then as I kept playing it, I was like, dang, I want to play this in college. So I didn't go to that many prospect camps or anything like that. I went to in total 3 prospect camps and about 3 showcases, and I just played a lot of travel ball.
Wait, so I'm drawing a blank. Which prospect camps did you go to?
So I definitely only went to one.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was pretty sure it was one. And which prospect camp was that?
Technically Southwestern.
Southwestern. All right, word. And then, yeah, because I remember you went to Southeast Showcase, and then you were Adrenaline?
Colorado, and then Cowboy Cup.
Cowboy Cup, all right. And so...
4, because I did the Best of Texas.
Yeah, you did. So, during those... you recruited you committed a little bit kind of mid-year, sort of your senior year?
I committed in late October.
Late October.
Yeah.
So I remember that whole time I was getting Dad was texting me, you were texting me occasionally, but did you find any troubles during your recruiting career? Because I know a lot of people in Texas do. It's not.
I mean, the options weren't as scarce as it would be, say, up north, Massachusetts or anything like that. But I still had some offers. I just had to juggle between what I truly wanted.
So finding what was best for you in schools. And I remember, no offense, but you weren't really a high sought out recruit or anything. Yeah. So that had to have been a little bit tough for you, especially deciding so late that you wanted to play lacrosse.
Yeah, it was a little tough. I didn't get as many looks as other guys have been playing since forever. So it was just kind of a grind, and gotta know who to contact and type stuff, and yeah.
So I know coming from the high school that we played at, did you ever feel the pressure of, I had to get recruited because this is what is expected of me?
100%. I definitely felt that, especially with the guys I would play with, because that's all they would want to do. That's all, that's all their goal to be college lacrosse. Oh yeah. We're trying to win a state championship. Oh no, I'm trying to get recruited. You should go here. You should go here. It was a lot of pressure, but it's also something I kind of wanted to do. So.
Because I know, especially your junior year, that senior class was heavy on kids that went to go play Division 1, 2, 3.
6 units?
6 or 7, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So did you find it kind of you had to look up to them and you had to follow in their footsteps, or was it more of, I wanted to play, and I just know that I have to be at their level if I want to get there?
It was more of both, because the program had looked really good then, and 6 commits, that's really good.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be the one for the next year, because that was my junior year. I'd want to be one of the commits for the next year. They're just a really cool kind of accomplishment.
Yeah.
To show what I've done. So that's kind of what I wanted to do.
So then, going back into your junior year, so that was a very important year for you, not only just you, but the program in general. It was the first time the school had ever gotten that far in the playoffs, let alone made the state championship. So tell me about your
We
junior
didn't win
year.
though, but we made it.
So your junior year, tell me about it.
So it was. I wouldn't say it was a lot of. It wasn't a lot of pressure, but like it was because everybody was expecting us to be that team. Because from the year before, we were ranked number 1 in the nation before COVID hit.
Number 1 in the state, and then we were ranked like 1 in Texas. Yeah, 1 in Texas, and then like something in the nation.
Yeah. So and then we didn't lose too many people, so everybody was just expecting us. Oh yeah, that's a team to beat.
Yeah.
Like, so there was a lot of pressure. Like we definitely like went after it in practice, but like other than that, I think my year was really good. It was fun traveling. You know. Beating teams, you know, actually showing my mark, because that was like the first time I'd actually had a responsibility type, because I was first line midi along with someone named Levi. He's at Colorado Mesa right now. So I was first time midi with him, so that responsibility that I had instantly like increased, and like I just had to get used to it as the year progressed.
Yeah, so like my year, I graduated 2020, and then you were what, second line midfield?
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, that next year you're bumped up to first line midfield. Did you feel like there was a steady trend of more responsibility, so you had to increase skill level, and then that next year, being your senior year, you had even more responsibility as a captain, and now you were forced to kind of be a leader on the team. So tell me about that progression.
So like my work ethic had to change tremendously. Because at first I'd be like occasionally hitting the wall, just like whenever I wanted to, whenever like the time was right. But then as I got older, I realized I gotta put in work if I want to be like an actual leader, and that showed off my junior year because I got all district, and then I attempted to put in even more work, but like very political. So I did get all district my senior year as well, but like I still got recognized, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
For like putting in the work and like noticing I was there and like being a captain.
And so you talk about there were politics involved. We know that that's with every committee. That's just how it happens. But do you, to some degree, think that like they were right, or do you believe that like
I believe I was robbed.
You believe you're robbed?
I believed I was robbed.
So you think there's nothing you could have done to change that?
I mean, okay, not 100% robbed, but like maybe like I'd say like 75-25, you know. So I definitely could have made my mark a little more than I did, because while I did pass myself on points in the previous year, I definitely could have gotten a lot more. Yeah. I definitely could have had one more shot each game, like. Yeah.
And so you look back on these things that you just said, like senior year, you know, you wanted to be the best again, you know, you came short of that, unfortunately, but there were times that you could have maybe done one more shot, one more goal, one more dodge. So did that have any effect on your motivation going into your freshman year of college, which is now?
Yes, actually, like I noticed the trend as I graduated that like my confidence was just like kind of down. I was like from junior year, because I was like, okay, give it to him, he'll make that shot, I don't need to do it, you know. And then senior year, I was like, I still had guys, but like I still had that responsibility.
Yeah.
But it was kind of less of that mindset, but I still could have been more confident, like could have dodged on like anybody. Like that confidence just brings you like anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, especially at the college level, I've already been here 2 years, but, you know, confidence is one of those things that's very key. Oh, yeah. And have you already, so now what, you're a month and a half, give or take, and we're a month and a half into fall season, getting ready to have our first couple of scrimmages, but so far, what have you thought about your progression through this first month and a half of, you know, adjusting to the college game? You're playing with seasoned guys who, like, now we're all the best at their high school. Oh, yeah. So, like, what has that been like for you?
So I just actually my mom sent me this video by Kobe Bryant. Yeah. It was saying something about if you put in one extra practice than the guys around you each day, it'll add up. Yeah. So that's kind of the mindset I've been going out recently. Like if I miss a workout, do like 2 extras. Like I've been like running. I've ran a few miles like after practice, after lifts and all that. So I'm just trying to put in that extra token so it would like actually pay out in the future.
And so like do you have a different mindset now that you're in college? Because now it's like you're coming into a place that, all right, we have captains, we have leaders, guys stepping up already. Now you're kind of at the bottom. Like as a freshman, I mean, regardless, you're at the bottom.
Yeah.
So, but you got to work your way back up. Have you found yourself already making any strides to get up that ladder, or do you still think there's like a lot more work you have to do to get to where you want to be?
Well, there's definitely a lot more work I have to do, but I've slowly started to notice I'm like kind of getting up the ladder. Like coaches are coming up to me, telling me things I need to do. I like getting noticed at practice.
Mm-hmm.
So at first, when we first started, I didn't get noticed, but now I do. So and now he's putting me in for like decent playing time, offense and defense.
Yeah.
Not so much offense, but like it's
Yeah.
you know? So yeah. There's definitely a lot more work I need to do because everybody on the team is really good.
Yeah.
So I gotta, going from Texas to like Northern, you see that the level of play is so much different.
It's a very different.
Like you can
game.
play against a bum in Texas, and then come up here, that bum is like all state, and like dude's nasty, hit you with an ice pick in 5 seconds.
It's like it's a whole different version of playing in Texas compared to playing in a state that actually like lacrosse is known to some
100%.
degree, especially like here. I mean, you come here, kids who probably weren't maybe considered the best on their team are still very good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that skill level. Kids are coming from different areas. Now you're meshed with them. It's just, and you get all these different, I don't even know, these experiences from different people that it's like it's leveled their playing field. So it's definitely probably interesting coming into that as a freshman. And then it's like, you know what? We need you to know the plays. We need you to get everything down. We know we're asking a lot of you, but this is what's going to be expected. So, so the work ethic has not been an issue for you. How's the adjustment been to you are now a full-time student, but you're also a full-time athlete?
I mean, I'm liking it. I like the responsibility. I just don't like the weather. Yeah.
The weather?
It's a little cold.
It's not that bad.
I have a hoodie on and the sun's out.
A hurricane
Just
passed
think
like
about
a week ago.
Yeah, and what's your point?
No point. And there's like moisture, all that's gone. It's chilly.
Yeah, nah, it's cold.
Anyways, so what's gonna happen whenever now it's gonna be January?
I'll be alright.
And we're practicing
I'll figure
outside.
that out when I get there.
Figure that out
when I get there.
So
Hopefully I have sweats, and then I'll be chilling.
I mean, you thought about this though before you.
Oh
came
yeah,
here.
100%. But I just couldn't take that Texas heat.
Did you not think, you know what? Maybe I need to go somewhere kind of in the middle.
Too late now.
It's too late now. Yeah, I mean, so like, if you could go back and give yourself any piece of advice going into senior year, and then knowing everything kind of now, what would you tell your past self?
I would just tell him to like work a little harder than I think I'm working, because it's one thing to like think you're working hard, but like still have like that extra time. You could just like say the one day in the summer, like I'd work from like 8 to 2, and then I hit the wall for like 5 minutes and then call it a day. And I definitely could have been doing more to prepare for college ball, because everybody here is so, like, I wouldn't say on a different level than me, but like they're all more experienced, because I played like I started my sophomore year of high school, and they have all started. I officially started my sophomore year of high school, and they started since like they were like diapers and all that.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time though, it's kind of hard to know what to expect going into your freshman year. I'd imagine. I mean, I don't think anyone I've talked to has like ever really been fully ready to be a freshman student athlete at the collegiate level, especially Division.
It's definitely a toss up on what you expect. Like,
I mean, because it's like at that time you're kind of asking yourself like, how hard do I need to be working? It's like you're like, I'm working hard, but is that going to be enough? Did you ever feel like that? Like,
at points I did, and then some days I'd like work my tail off, and then other days I'm like, I did it yesterday. We're good.
Yeah. Do you think you ever got like too complacent with what your skills were at the time?
I'd say at one point I did,
Yeah.
but then I kind of had like a wake up call, like watching the other commits like highlights. I was like, dang, I need to get better. So, like,
Is there a little bit of that intimidation factor? You're like,
ooh, buddy, ooh, how'd you hit that? You know?
You're like, man, I haven't even done that before. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah. I mean, you can do it. I mean, I just don't, I'll do it one day.
So do you have any like? So did you know that you were going to go D2, or did you have any thoughts that you wanted to play Division 1? Or
See, I didn't think I was good enough for D1.
Like
That's
that.
that confidence factor.
Yeah.
If I thought I was like, if I had it in my mind that I could go D1, I feel like I could be there. But I think I'm good where I'm at. I think I landed in the right place.
So has confidence always kind of been like one of your main issues? Because we brought it up now like multiple times. So was that like just a really big factor?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Where would you say that
it started off sophomore year? I was like, oh yeah, they got it. Just pass it off to him, get off the field, and some of that was like, I don't like one of my old coaches who just like, yeah, pass it to him, you know, and I just pass it to him and like, all right, cool.
I mean, I think that is kind of hard though, because like I remember that year in particular, because that was my senior year, sophomore year. Yeah. It's the first time we're playing together, and I remember a lot of it was like, you know, we had such good guys on offense, and you were still relatively new to the sport, so it's like, you know, you want to get those moments in where, you know, yes, like I'm doing good, but then it's like at the same time they're like, you know what, give it to people we already know.
Like, yeah, no, 100% they were better. It was just like that mindset kind of went into future years. Like they're better.
So like, how did you, you know, kind of block that voice and start kind of giving yourself your own confidence?
I mean, I started thinking I was better. So.
Thinking you're better. I mean, that's not even bad though. Like honestly, there's nothing wrong with being cocky. Like you know,
I just started that kind of mindset and just like started putting in the work, and I was like, yeah, they're not putting in as work as me, so like, come on, give me the ball.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna, you know, work as hard as you want to, and then you're gonna get the results that you want to. So I mean, you gotta put in kind of that effort to get to where you are. So do you think? Do you have any goals coming up? Like, so your freshman year, I know not every freshman may necessarily play, but do you have goals set for yourself to get you to where you want to be at the end of this year?
I'd say make my mark every time I'm on the field. Like, that's what I want to do every single game. If I get playing time, boom, just like strip a ball or like get a ground ball, just like the little things, and then they'll eventually pile up until like I eventually get a goal or like a huge defensive stop or like a huge clear.
I mean, because like I don't know, do you expect to play, or are you just taking it day by day and earning your right to play?
I'm not expecting to play.
Really?
I don't think I'm gonna play because obviously there's upperclassmen. They're all more experienced. They're all better than me. But
I mean, yeah, every
time I get on the field, I'm just be like, oh yeah, I'm on the field. You know.
I mean, you got upperclassmen, but I think at the same time, that's where that confidence is speaking again. You got to realize, like, dude, look at like Andrew McAdory started his freshman year. Brendan O'Neill started his freshman year. Number one, both of those kids were number one recruits in their class. They still played. Yeah. You look at, I know kids who played. One of my boys, Josh Healy from Chaos, he played his freshman year. You know, I don't know how many people really think they're going to until they just decide, you know what, I'm just gonna work as hard as I can.
Oh, I'm expecting to be on the field, but like I don't think I'm expecting to play like a lot. I don't think I can get there this year, but
why not?
I could.
Right, but what's I mean, at the end of the day, what is stopping you from getting to that point?
I mean, I don't know. I just don't like being cocky and like going up to, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I think there's a difference though between being cocky and having expectations for yourself.
Yes, sir.
I mean, being cocky is, you know what? I'll be on the field. Don't even worry about it every single time. Like I'm just because I'm that good.
Yeah.
But having expectations that you're gonna work as hard as you can.
Like I'm gonna get on the field, but you're also putting in the work to get on the field.
I mean, if you work as hard as you can, no one can take that away from you. Mm-hmm. I mean, but if you're not and you're not expecting much, I mean, you're not going to really set yourself up. I mean, that goes beyond just lacrosse. That goes to life. I mean, if you don't put in the time, you don't put in the effort, yeah, you're not going to see any results. But I mean, honestly, if you're putting in the time and the effort, you're doing as much work as you can, people notice that, and that's how you get further. That's how you get on the field. That's how you reach your goals. So I mean, honestly, don't put that out here. Don't put that in your head now that I'm not expecting to play. Put it in your head that I'm going to work as hard as I can to play. Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. But like,
it just didn't come out. Yeah, it didn't come out how you wanted to. That's all good though. All right. Well, if that's it for me. But Thank you for tuning in to episode 12. I know we haven't posted it in a while. We've got some more stuff coming up. Stay tuned. All right, that's wraps on us. Peace.